You're better off elsewhere tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Off the Grill podcast, the only show that has been referred to as a triple penetration of knowledge, humor, and timelessness. Before we get too far into this thing, I do have to thank my sponsors. And big, bold corn. Corn on the cob so big you need two hands. When you think mouthful of fun, think BBC. And if this internet doesn't fucking right itself immediately, I'm going to kill everybody that works or has worked for Optimum. But with that out of the way, let's do a fucking show. Take a look in the old comments section. Looks like we got Orc in the house here for the 64-ounce steak. Listen, sweetie, I'm a hell of a lot more than 64 ounces. Billy Bean, this sweet baby boy, says, "Are you rubbing it out before the show? Whipping up your famous sauce?" Yes. No, I had myself a nice day out today, so got back to the old studio a little later than normal. I do apologize, but shit happens. Cable Channel 11 says, "Oh, hero sauce." That's racist. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, Daniel Shine in the house. Definitely rubbing one out. Well, yeah, Billy says, "Grab your pitchforks." Do love that song. Of course, that is The Witch by none other than the Scarecrow Show. Cable Channel 11 says, Mrs. Channel says she loves this song. Oh, is Sauce on? Retro Cack in the house. What's up, Gibbs? He says, do. Okay. Did you tell her he's busy rubbing one out? Next Gen in the house. What's up, player? Just subbed to Cable Channel 11. That's fucking awesome. Cool logo to get tattooed. Dan says, cool shirt. Got my Casey Anthony, not quite MILF shirt. You can get that at the, check out, I don't know, whatever that thing's called. Flesh Wound Features. I figure if you go to their YouTube page, you'll be able to find their Teespring store. I don't know what the fucking the URL for it is, so I can't tell you offhand. And, what are you going to do? Billy says, that's not racist. I'll show you racist. Yeah, we know you will, Billy. It's inevitable. Cable Channel 11 says, Mrs. Channel said he probably is. Guys. Oh, apparently you guys can go straight to fleshwoundfeatures.com and the link will be there. Don't even have to go to their YouTube page, although I suggest you do that anyway. But yeah, so the big question, is she dead yet? I got shit to do. one of the fucking biggest hack comedians of the 20th century, Kathy Griffin, apparently has lung cancer. So she can go fuck herself. Generally, I don't wish. Well, no, that's not true. I oftentimes wish bad things on people. And I don't know, I can't think of too many people better suited to just have lung cancer. Because she's an awful person on top of everything else. Like, here's the thing, like even with all the backlash that Trump got during his fucking reign, especially at the beginning of like when he had first gotten into office, she pulled that fucking severed head bullshit, Even the people that hate him was like, yeah, that's too far. Like, you're stupid. And she is stupid, and it was too far. Trump's I don't like him, okay? That's fine. He sucks. He was president, now he's not. It's great. That's fantastic. But at the end of the day, shitty move. And just from everything I've seen and read, she's a shitty person, like Ellen DeGeneres levels shitty behind the scenes. And she's not funny. I mean, like, even fucking Bill Cosby, at least he's kind of funny, So, like, he's like, yeah, right, he raped all these broads, and he's kind of a piece of shit, and he's kind of a hypocrite and all that, but at least he's funny. She doesn't even have that going for her. So, what are you going to do? But apparently, from CNN, years after Kathy Griffin shaved her head in solidarity with her sister, who was undergoing chemotherapy, the comedian and actress has announced she has lung cancer. I'm going to tell you guys something. I have cancer. Griffin began a note posted Monday on her verified Instagram account. I'm about to undergo surgery to have half of my left lung removed. The note continued. Yes, I have lung cancer, even though I've never smoked. Yeah, because that fucking happens, idiot. I'm not reading the rest of that because she's fucking annoying. But I'm sure it's like, that's why smoking should be outlawed, because even secondhand smoking can give you lung cancer. No, stupid. Some people just get cancer. Unfortunately, it's a shitty thing that happens to people. Fortunately, you got it and someone else didn't. So, good on you there. But yeah, I laughed. So I mean, that's the whole point of the title of the show today. Is she dead yet? But I don't know. Fuck that dumb broad. She's literally the worst guest on Seinfeld ever, too. By the way, awful fucking can't act motherfucking dumb broad. I hate her. Dan, yeah. Yes, does that kill the ugly? Not on her, it doesn't. And he says, Trump wishes he had his Twitter to shit talk her. Oh, I'm sure wherever Gab or fucking USPatriots.com .net or whatever the fuck stupid thing they think they're going to try and make happen. I'm sure he's going off today. He's like, oh, I told you she's a bad person and she got what she deserved. Gypsy Warrior in the house. Sauce the motherfucking boss. Billy says, so if Harvey was funny, we could tell Rose McGowan to shut the fuck up. No. I mean, we could tell Rose McGowan to shut the fuck up anyway because she's a little much, even taking into account what happened to her. She's a little much, so shh. Gypsy, my mother has cancer. No, I'm kidding. Kathy Griffin has lung cancer, apparently, and she's having surgery to get half of her left lung removed. And I couldn't be happier about it. So much so that I went to Buffalo today with singer and drummer for the Scarecrow Show, his sweetheart of a girlfriend, this little Chad and Cheyenne, a little shout out, and a little taste of Buffalo, so to speak. Not the festival that happens. This was just like a solo mission. We took, a little pizza from a couple places, 3 different places. We'll get into that in a moment. Just made a day out of it. A lot of fun walking around. And Gypsy says, well, all I can say is karma is real. Yeah. So, I'm sure fucking 6 months from now, I'll be posting a note to my unverified Instagram account. But, hey, it's worth it. I had my fun now. And the good thing is I won't see 30 if that's the case, which I'm pretty much all right with. But yeah, so we made ourselves a nice little outing, put that together. A couple different places we went. Obviously, I've eaten the pizza already, but I did the real white trash thing and saved the boxes and brought them home. I just had a nice, cheese and pepperoni slice at each place. Did a little taste tester-rooney. But first place we stopped also happened to be the worst of the three. It's Casa de Pizza. If you kind of look for pizza in Buffalo, this will inevitably be relatively high up on the list of best places. Mohawk Street in Buffalo. Shout out Mohawk Place. Fucking great music venue. It was fine. I definitely say average at best, to be totally honest with you. Kind of like the pepperoni cheese was kind of flavorless. They didn't really add anything to it. The sauce was subpar, and I kid you not, the crust reminded me of DiGiorno's. It didn't look like it, so it's not like they're trying to fucking pass off DiGiorno's as their shit, but it really wasn't that good. So I don't know what the fuck people are talking about. Maybe it's a little better if you order like a whole pie and get it fresh. It wasn't sitting in the warmer. And that's one thing that's really different between here and Jersey is that Jersey, all the pies are cold, all like for the slices. And when you tell them what you want, they'll take it out of the pie, throw it in the oven, heat it back up. So that's like the one ding that all three places got for me is that the crusts were kind of doughy and a little on the soggy side, kind of. Like soggy's not the best descriptive word, but I can't like doughy. Other than doughy, I can't think of anything else. So yeah, I wouldn't go back there, I don't think. Like if I had another choice. And the next place was only a couple blocks over in the opposite direction from where we parked, but kind of sucked. Let's see. Gypsy says, oh shit. Oh yeah, we already read those. Gypsy says, I don't get people who just want the immortality cure. If you don't get your youth back, it's not. I've said that forever. Like, I don't want to live into my 90s because it's an extra fucking 20 miserable years. Like, yeah, if I can redo my 20s and 30s, great. Fucking, hit me up. But other than that, like, I say 30 or whatever the fuck, but like, honestly, like 45, 50, I'm cool. Just fucking checking out. Dan's asking about taco pizza. None of these places do taco pizza. They're just like legit pizzerias. They're not fucking around with other shit. Pizza, good wings. Well, maybe. I don't know about this fucking Casa de Pizza because they did not do well on the old saucy scale. But just looking at my notes, folks. Let me see here. Yeah, that's it. That's really all I had to say about that. But if you want taco pizza, then you got to come out to the sticks, different places where they fuck around to try to just get people to spend money. Oh, Sean McManus, how are you, boyo? Good to see you. We missed your Saturday night. Gypsy says he just had takeout from a place here called Frazzle King, here meaning Scotland. And And cheeseburger was amazing, but the fries were just bland. Jess says best taco pizza that he's had is the original from Happy Joe's Pizza. I've heard Casey's makes a good taco pizza too there, Jess. Just from different things I've seen online. I've never had Casey's. I did stop there once. I want to say in Illinois. Maybe that's wrong. But I think so. I think we did. We were staying at a place in Sandwich. But yeah. Oh, I don't know. Look, Dan's all lazy. Yeah, Sean, I just say that so you don't start crying. Of course we didn't miss you. We hate the Irish here. There we go. Dan says nothing beats a proper taco pizza. I agree. And they're all saying hello to each other. They're circle jerking. So next up on the list here is Bocce Club Pizza, which is, like I said, this was the second one we stopped at, and I thought this was going to be like the fucking pizza of the day. It's really good. It's got like the nice cup and char pepperonis, but they're bigger than normal. Usually they're little and thick, so that's why they curl up when they cook. But these ones were bigger. They still did the same thing. So I was impressed by that. The sauce was nice. It's kind of sweet. Just a little bit, not like fucking sugar or anything like that. Yeah, the artwork on the box, actually, I was looking at that on the way home. I do like it because it's like fucking, looks like back in the 50s, kind of like before everything just got fucking blown up. 1946, though, right? Where we got? Right here, yeah. That side. So maybe that's the 40s and not the 50s. I don't know. The Bocce Club was good. Nice cheese. Good pepperoni. Had a nice flavor to it. A little spicy, but not too bad. And because they were bigger, they didn't curl up quite so much. There wasn't. I mean, sometimes it's a positive and a negative, but there wasn't quite as much grease fucking trapped in the cup. So it was delicious, though. I was fucking. I literally because the first two stops were like right next to each other more or less. We had to drive to the third spot, but. So I just think there's no way anything's going to top the Bocce Club. But I would be wrong because the last place we stopped is actually kind of they have franchises outside of the area, outside of the Western New York area. I know there's one down in like D.C. about. But the award-winning, apparently the number one pizzeria in the United States, according to somebody. You can actually get this even if there's not like a franchise near you. I think they're on Goldbelly, so you can spend $100 and have a couple pies shipped to you. But that'll be Lenova. Shout out to the Buffalo Mob. Shh, that's supposed to be a secret. But this place fucking blew the other two out of the water. Literally, I took a bite. Chewed it like twice, and I just went, oh my god, wow. It was fucking incredible. The sauce was perfect. It was like an even better version of the Bocce Club sauce. Oh yeah. Just grab, go Bills! The pepperoni, I feel like that's got to be something that they order special. It doesn't really look like any pepperoni from any place you just happen to go. It looks like a special recipe that they have whoever their purchaser is. I've not looked this up. I don't know if this is true. This is just based on my experience today eating it. All these places, they're Bocce Club and Lenova especially are like staples of the Buffalo area. But I'd never had them, unfortunately. That being said, Lenova is fucking far and away the best of the three. And Bocce Club's like great, don't get me wrong, but Lenova, I might have to fucking like put them at the top of the list for any pizza I've ever had anywhere in the country. Ben Grimm's in the house. Don't get me mad, Ben. It's not time for that. I'm gonna get to the shit you're talking about. Don't you worry. Sean Sean says, Dan, when I start making my film, I'm gonna get Jason Blum involved just for you. That's terrible. Jesus, Dan. Ooh. He says, if you can get John Landis and a helicopter involved as well, I'll allow it. Jess says, sometimes Casey's pizza is soggy. I think I missed a comment where he said that it depends on the Casey's location. It's either good or it sucks. Go Bills. Sean says, excuse me, I'm perfect. Gypsy asks, what U.S. sports franchise has the biggest fan base? I'd have to guess the Yankees. It's one of those fucking things where you don't know sports, you know the Yankees. You know, there's a chance you might not know a football franchise. There's a good chance you don't know soccer or hockey, basketball. Honestly, maybe in the '90s, I don't know, but everyone knows the fucking Yankees. I'd have to say that's probably the biggest. The Dallas Cowboys would probably be like in second or third. Maybe the Patriots, since they've won so many titles. Yes. So I guess I might as well get into it. Wait. Did I read that question? Yeah, franchise, sports franchise. Jess read it wrong, not me. Yeah, and then if you were asking sport and not franchise, like specific franchise owned by a person, and sport would be football for sure. In years past, it was baseball, but I think in the last 5-10 years, football has absolutely overtaken baseball. And I don't think it's close anymore either. Yeah, Orc is right. I mean, fuck worldwide because I don't give a shit about soccer. Sorry, guys, I just don't. I don't care. I don't acknowledge them. But yeah, Cowboys and Yankees for sure. I don't know which order, to be honest with you. Maybe because I don't know any like Europeans that like baseball. I've never heard them talk about it. Like I know a couple that actually do speak about football. You know, Jack Jobber from Cultaholics, a fucking Saints fan for some stupid reason. But yeah, let's fucking just get into it. We're gonna probably see old Saucy blow a fucking gasket. Ben Grimm says he read the Bills are thinking of moving to Austin, Texas. If they don't get a new stadium. So basically, yeah, the Pagulas who bought the team, fucking 5-6 years ago, something like that. And, you know, basically saved the Bills from being moved by that fucking piece of shit, no talent Bon Jovi, because he wanted to buy the team and move it to Toronto. So needless to say, Bon Jovi's become sort of a bad word in Western New York. So they saved us from that. They bought the Sabres. They bought the Bills. They've bought and kind of like cleaned up some shit. Oh shit, I didn't think about the Lakers. But honestly, basketball is like I think third to even baseball. But I'm gonna just keep talking about what I'm talking about. I don't need to stare at the chat every 2 seconds. Anyway, you know, they kind of said, we don't. Terry Pagula at some point said something along the lines of, well, I don't ever need to, take money from the fans because, I'm a fucking billionaire. I'll pay for a stadium myself if I need to. But yeah, basically they hinted that, well, if you guys don't pay for a new stadium totally out of fucking, money from Erie County or wherever the fuck it. I guess it would be, it'd be Erie County. Then, well, Austin, Texas would like a pro team. And I'm sure there's other cities too. Just kind of a real cunty kind of, well, I mean, if you don't want to. Now, and that is shitty. Straight off the top. But I also do understand that, when you're negotiating, you don't ask for what you want right away because then you're not going to get it. You ask for more so that hopefully you can fucking just kind of whittle it down to what you actually do want. And now, depending on the type of stadium, it might be worthwhile for the fucking county or the state or whatever the fuck to put their money into it, meaning taxpayer money, for better or worse. Because then, they should be able to get some of the profits. They fucking, they just for whatever. But I've also read, and someone else said it, it's not wholly my idea, but it makes a lot of sense that in this area of the country, it doesn't make sense for any kind of like government fucking entity to pay that much for a building that's going to be used less than 20 times a year. You figure your 8 home games, maybe playoffs, like if you're lucky, and then a couple different like stadium shows, like if Guns N' Roses or Metallica or fucking someone of that size comes through. But you can't fucking run those kind of shows in the winter or even really the spring. Like it's too fucking cold, it's too wet. Like that's part of the reason the Super Bowl doesn't generally get played in the north. I mean, with the Super Bowl 48, the Broncos and Seahawks played in MetLife. Like Mania doesn't come to the north generally unless it's even if it's a fucking indoor stadium, because it hampers down the things that they can do for like the meet and greets and shit like that. So, so even with a retractable fucking dome stadium kind of thing, it's not really feasible for the state or the county or whatever the fuck to pay for anything like that. But I have in the past, like that's kind of why I'm so pissed off about it, is because I like the Pagulas, even as a Jets fan first and foremost. The Bills are fucking real close to me, I would despise everyone involved in the moving of the team and this, that, and the other if it were to happen. But I think that it is just a negotiating tactic, and ultimately they'll at least put up fucking a good portion of the money. At least I hope so. Because also they're not going to realign the fucking divisions for when one team moves. So it'd be real annoying to see the AFCs consist of 3 teams on the East Coast and then one fucking down in Texas. And now I think Texas is a bad move anyway, because they've already got Dallas and they've already got Houston. And Austin's fucking University of Texas town. So you're going to move that franchise where you have a city, albeit a small one, that's absolutely rabid about this team, whether they're winning or whether they're losing. Like, it's one of those fucking, it's a sports town because there ain't shit else to do but drink and watch sports. So moving them is a fucking poor idea, because you're going to alienate every single one of these guys. They will not fucking follow the team. Obviously they're not going to be able to go to games, but they're going to fucking completely switch allegiances to somebody else. And you're going to play second banana to a fucking college team. So Austin's a bad move regardless of what the outcome is in the stadium negotiations. Fuck, man. I really don't want him to go. I read that yesterday and I was just so mad. And let's check the chat out. Now that fucking blustered about for long enough. Come on, penis. Fuck. Gypsy said the Cowboy Stadium is epic. Yeah, it's big. I don't know. There's something about fucking Texas Stadium that I liked. It's kind of classic. That's another thing, man. Fucking, the rock pile or fucking whatever you call it. You want to call it the former New Era Stadium, New Era Field, whatever they called it. It's got history, man. Like, it's been there fucking as long as I've been alive. It's, where they fucking played. Just, like, renovate the stadium. Like, just fucking pay for the renovations. Or see if fucking you can work something out that way with the fucking county. You don't need a new stadium. The new stadiums are fucking ugly. Like, yeah, great. It's like living in your fucking, living in a house, and they get all kinds of these fucking fancy things, but it's football, dog. I don't know. I'm just not fucking digging that idea, but I don't know what's here though. Fucking yeah. So they're asking for fucking 1.5 billion, with 1.1 going to a new stadium, and the other $400,000 or 1.1 billion, yeah, and the other $400 or 400,000. Is that right? I feel like there's money missing in that, but either way, it would go to the KeyBank Center, where the Sabres play. Like, go fuck yourself. Now you're being fucking stupid. You're asking for fucking way too much, and it's kind of embarrassing. So Gypsy says he's one of the few people that he knows who watches baseball. Yeah, I don't give a shit about baseball either, to be honest. So I don't fucking – and, like, that's me living in America where it used to be the national pastime. Baseball's fucking boring. Who gives a shit? Jess says, Google says Lakers are the most Facebook fans of all sports teams. Well, Facebook's gay, Jess. That's not how you figure that out. He says Cowboys are sixth. Yeah, but, like, everybody knows a Cowboys fan. So, I don't know. Roldy's finally here. Says, sorry he was late. Gypsy says, oh, cool, Jess. I've been reading about U.S. sports in the 20s, and it's amazing how basketball and hockey have become so much bigger now. Jay says, Bulls, what the fuck? Ben Grimm says, being a Chargers fan, I know the sting of a stadium threat. Yeah. But I guess San Diego really isn't really all that concerned, like, with not having a team. From what I've heard from people there, it's whatever. I don't know. It didn't seem like a football town, to be honest. So it sucks for them. And so Ben says, don't take the threat lightly. Sure, I mean, there's a chance they could fucking move. And I mean, they did move the team out of St. Louis even after they had a deal in place to keep them there. So you can't trust this fucking league as far as you could throw it. I think that's a mistake. Like, they're one of the original fucking AFL teams, if I'm not mistaken. So, fucking, it would just it'd be a fucking just a terrible look, complete fucking misstep, And this is the kind of town, like I said, they rally around a team, but you fuck them over, they're gone. Like, they're loyal. They're not going to just go, oh, well, I'll find a new team. They're just going to stop watching. Jess said he's not a huge sports follower, but he's always had favorite teams. Hockey and football are his two favorite sports. Gypsy likes the Texas Rangers, the New York Rangers, and the Chicago Bears. Gypsy, what's wrong with you? Both Rangers teams I can understand, but the Bears? They haven't done shit since '85. Jess's teams are the Bills, the Ducks, the Bulls, and the White Sox. He doesn't care about soccer. Neither do I. God damn it. Jay says Bills fans are rabid. Oh, they are, man. They're just a bunch of fucking fat drunks, man. It's awesome. I mean, not all of them are fat, but they're all drunks. You know, I mean, those tailgates are fucking legendary. For, good reason. Jeff says, Jay, Raiders and Dodgers fans are much worse. In a different way. Like, Bills are rabid, but they're kind of like, it's good fun. It's not like, I'm going to stab you in the parking lot, man. You don't like the Doyers? What the fuck is a Dodger anyway? What a stupid name for a team. Come stab me, faggot. Ah! Damn it! Billy says, you talking to foosball? Yes. Jess says he likes the Celtics all right. Bird is in his top 3 all-time favorite basketball player all-time. Favorite. Jay said he didn't mean in a bad way, just devoted, not like Philly who boo their own players. Fuck Philadelphia! That needed to be said. Well, since I said it once, I'll say it again. Just shout out to the faggot of the opera! Roldy says the Cowboys don't get to have a new stadium until they win a Super Bowl this century. Well, honey, they got one a couple years ago. Gibbs says that the Braves and Falcons were in Western divisions forever. Yeah, there's always been fucking just wacky shit like that. Like, I mean, the Colts used to play in the AFC East. I can't think of any great ones off the top of my head right now. Other ones besides that one. Like the Seahawks used to be in the AFC. That's not a big deal because that's just a conference. But Jay asked who won the he said the number one. He's from Mississippi, but who won the College World Series again? I don't know. Did fucking Ole Miss win? Is that why you're bringing it up? Because that's your team. Yo, MJ, what's going on, man? Sean says all these sports don't mean squat to me except rugby and football. He means fairy ball. Let me kick it. And you got close to me. I'm falling. Orc says, oh my God, you have to drive an hour. Oh no, I don't know if that's in reference to. Chase says they could have just pulled to Baltimore and left in the middle of the night. Yeah, well, they would have tracked them down, I think, so. MJ Gypsy says, that's the one thing that saddens me about U.S. sports. The team's relocating. That happened once here, and there was such a bad reaction, they moved back. Yeah, well, it's all about fucking money here. Bunch of cocksuckers. And yeah, we will be watching the Elm Street remake over on cable channel 11 tonight. I'm just kidding. That's not true. MJ's a Ducks fan. Fucking A. Ducks are dope. I don't know. I never really had a team. Brody Lee died, so I just went ahead and hitched my wagon to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Which I think is funny because he's from Rochester, but he wasn't a Sabres fan. And he's old enough to have been able to pay attention to them when they were good in the 90s, so that is kind of funny. Dan said he's waiting on that opera shirt. If I can get it cracked down so it looks good, I'll make it for sure. Even if I don't put it up to sell, I'll make a couple and have them dispersed among people that need it. Oh, Orc. Orc's a Patriots, Knicks, Kraken, Mets, Blue Jays fan. Going with that brand new team, huh, Orc? The Seattle Kraken. See, I thought about, like, when the Golden Knights became a thing in the NHL, I thought about kind of going to them. It would have been smart too, because they were like a game or two away from winning the Stanley Cup their first season. I don't know. Ben's Chargers, Padres, Thunder, and Sharks. It's an odd mix. Not really. San Jose, so California, and then Oklahoma City, and then Oklahoma for college. Shannon says, I can't wait to have football back. I'm dying, man. I can't fucking wait. We got like 6 weeks till week 1, I believe, and it cannot come soon enough. MJ asks, who do you think will win the World Series this year? I don't know. Red Sox. Who cares? I mean, people care, obviously. I don't. I don't follow it enough to have any fucking clue. I just hope the Yankees lose and lose hard. Like, miss the playoffs, fucking, you know. Ben Kim says, oh, yeah, OU and Texas joining the SEC to destroy the Big 12. I'm destroying the Big 12. I heard that wrong. Sure. I don't really follow college football either. Like, I pay attention to specific players just to kind of have an idea before the draft, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, and the games are entertaining enough to watch, but, like, I don't care about any – with the amount of turnover that there is, you know, because you fucking graduate or you just, you know, you're eligible for the NFL, so you leave. The turnover – I just don't care. There's not like this guy's been on the team for 15 years. You know, he's the heart and soul of the team. It's like, we got a new one. Everything's new. Who cares? So I just can't get into it. Gypsy says he can't get college football over here because there's no broadcast deal. It sucks because he's heard it's better than the NFL. It's not. It's just fucking not. That's a fucking fallacy too. I don't know where the fuck that came from. Like. There has never been a college football game that I've had more fun watching than an NFL game, than even a bad NFL game. Orc was a Hartford Whalers fan. Okay, that makes sense. Sean, I didn't skip over you, but I'm still yapping about sports. We're gonna get there, I promise. Ben grew up in San Diego and then he moved to Oklahoma right before college age. Gotcha. Now that all makes sense. All right. We're all fucking caught up now, huh? Oh, boy. Everyone needs to shut up and leave me alone. Nobody fucking texts me or fucking messages me until I'm doing the fucking show, and then my phone won't shut the fuck up. Stupid. Shannon says he grew up watching the NFL, not college, thanks to her lovely brother. Cowboys fan. See, everybody knows a Cowboys fan. Orc says he wanted to root for the Knights too, but they ended up being good, like you said. Well, it doesn't mean you couldn't root for them. Like, I wish I had fucking decided to actually pay attention, but I'm not going to go, well, they're good, so let me like them. I didn't pay attention this season, so who cares? But, Orc, you would have an idea of this, I guess, but I think I heard that they changed their whole, like, expansion team rules for, like, how they go about acquiring players because they did so well. Whoa, boy. Billy Bede's got cut out early. He's driving to Chicago to pick up a customer car. Well, safe travels, sweetheart. We'll miss you. Thanks for popping in. Why don't you go ahead and stream some fucking Scarecrow Show on your drive? That'll be fun for you. Jay is mad about something. Orc wants MLB and NBA to go to 32 teams. He doesn't know the specifics. Yeah, I don't know. I heard that they had to fucking do that. Just because, like, the NFL expansion teams aren't ever good. Usually, the Jags and Panthers did all right their first like 2 or 3 years, and then dropped off. But generally, they're like the Houston Texans didn't get good until like 2011 or 12, and they had been around 10 years. Just 10 years. They had like pick 0 basically in the 02 draft. I think technically it was 1, but it was like they jumped to even before the worst team before they like from 01 season to draft David Carr, and they ruined him. So like they had a whole bunch of fucking potential help and just like ruined it. The Bucks were terrible when they first came in. I think Seattle was terrible when they first came in. But anyway. Aw, he said thanks, doll. All right, so since it looks like that's where the chat's going, we will start yapping, but I do want to find a nice article to go off of. But over the weekend, Bray Wyatt was released. The statement from WWE. WWE has come to terms on the release of Bray Wyatt. We wish him the best in all his future endeavors. Oop, 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 oop. So this article here, that's fucking bad after, I guess. Because that's like in addition to come on, cocksucker. So it says WWE sent shockwave through professional wrestling Saturday when it announced the release of Bray Wyatt after 12 years with the company. Since Wyatt had been one of WWE's top stars over the past several years and a successful mover of merchandise by all accounts, few could have expected the promotion to cut ties with him. Now Wyatt is the latest in a long line of significant releases since March, joining the likes of Strowman, Aleister Black, Andrade, and Mickie James. One of those isn't like the others. In the wake of Wyatt's WWE departure, some of the biggest rumors regarding the release. So apparently, prior to his release, he hadn't appeared on programming since the night after Mania in April. But he received medical clearance apparently since then. But that's why he was off TV initially, supposedly. It's because he was not cleared to wrestle. Piece of shit Uncle Dave added that before WWE could put him back on TV, he decided to release him, telling Wyatt that the move was done for budgetary reasons. Unfortunately, that means his last match in the company was that fucking awful Mania match with Orton. And it does completely fucking baffle me as to why they'd release him. Even if it was budgetary, like the article said, he moves fucking merchandise better than anyone in the company, especially with Cena now he's kind of come back now, but Cena had been out of the picture since Mania of last year. So, like, he's paying for his contract. It's fucking stupid. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I get he is hurt a lot, but he doesn't have to wrestle. He's especially with that fucking stupid Fiend shit he was doing. He had the Firefly Funhouse, which was the only entertaining part of that fucking gimmick. He could just do that shit and fuck with people. And not for nothing, if you're gonna run with the Fiend, you could put someone else under that mask. But there's no real idea what the medical issue could have been. Given that Wyatt has reportedly been medically cleared, it stands to reason he will be able and ready to wrestle immediately should he sign elsewhere. Looks like also there are rumors he had creative differences. He was reportedly frustrated with the creative direction of his character. So that was reported by Sean Ross Sapp. Apparently, people he spoke to within said Wyatt wasn't receptive to some of the ideas pitched to him if they didn't fit his vision of the character. So fucking good for him. You know? Like, that's the biggest thing I fucking hated about Moxley. Right after he was released, all the interviews, well, they wanted me to do this and be wacky. Like, say no. Just fucking tell them no. What are they going to do to you? Make you lose? Who gives a fuck? You know, your fucking character and your sense of fucking pride would still be intact. Just say fucking no. I'm glad that fucking that's why apparently that one of the reasons they might have cut Bray. Because he had the balls to say, that's fucking stupid. I'm not doing that. That doesn't fit the character. These fucking guys know their character better than these stupid Hollywood writers. You know, anybody that's fucking been in the business will tell you that. These fucking outsiders. That fucking one girl they fired like a month ago. I don't even know. What is it, Bobby Ashley or Bobby Lindsley, whatever her name be? I should know that. He is the champion. She didn't know the name of the fucking champion, but she's on the writing staff? Get the fuck out of here. This fucking company's stupid. It hurts me so fucking bad that the owner of AEW is a fucking clueless mark, too. Because that company, with someone with a fucking brain in their head and didn't just want to fucking watch their little curly-haired fruitcake champion wrestle dolls, you know, if he had a fucking, like, an actual sense of what wrestling is supposed to be, AEW would put WWE out of business quick, within fucking 5 years. But since anybody that they signed that has a name, they just fuck over because, like, really, what's Rusev done since he's been there? Like, he's the TNT champion, but he spent the first 6 months playing video games with Kip Sabian. Give me a fucking break. You know, I mean, they continue to show off. They continue to have Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks at the top of their fucking cards. Nah, pass. Embarrassing. Yeah, Dan even says Kenny Omega and the Bucks. He thinks Omega in particular is way overrated. I don't know. I've lost the fucking chat entirely, but I don't care. I also read, at least early on after he got released, that a lot of the reason he wanted to leave is potentially that he'd asked for his release. I don't know. But they didn't give him time to fucking grieve after Brody Lee died. Speaking as someone that was just a fan of him, it's still hard for me to talk about him, or if he gets brought up, you know. So I can't imagine not having the time to fucking process it, whilst also having been on the road with him almost nonstop from like late 2011 on, you know, until pretty much until he left the company, you know. I can imagine that fucking would have hit him a lot harder than it hit someone like me. So to not get that fucking time, to be so fucking heartless to go, no, Mania's coming up, we need you. No, go fuck yourself, dude. People need time to grieve. That's horseshit. And on top of that, he was Bray Wyatt was a locker room leader, and you just cut him. So if that guy, that had to have killed morale, and I've seen articles suggesting such. If that guy, who is one of the biggest draws in the company, I mean, as big as any single person is a draw in that company nowadays, that moves merchandise, is good in the ring, good on the mic, all that shit, pretty much anything and everything Vince could want in a superstar. And they just go, yeah, see ya. What fucking chance does someone like Mustafa Ali have to, you know, impress someone and maybe get a bigger spot in the company? Like, that guy couldn't do it, then what fucking chance does he have? So then why try? Who gives a fuck? Like, I can see that this one in particular being a huge blow to the company. Like, Daniel Bryan leaving wasn't good, obviously, but his contract just expired. You know, that's on him as much as it is the company. And he's older. So, but like I've read today and yesterday that, oh, wow, if Bray Wyatt shows up, they'll have Bray and they'll have CM Punk and Bryan Danielson. And it's like, yeah, but it's still AEW. It's still Tony Khan booking the fucking company. It ain't going anywhere. You know, hopefully Punk sticks to his fucking guns and refuses to play along with their fucking, you know, their little games of hopscotch or whatever the fuck they think they're doing, you know. And because otherwise, I don't know, that if he just starts fucking around doing it, playing acrobat with the Young Bucks, then I think I'd probably lose all fucking respect for Punk. Like, you know, he's a guy that said, this is stupid, I'm not going to do it. And he stuck to his guns for, 7 years almost now? Or more than 7. Like 7, almost 8. You know, and he's called out the company. He's called out fucking pretty much every company when he's seen something stupid. So for him to come to that company and just go, okay, let's play. Everyone can. Whoa, hey, let me fucking, you know, let's play pretend with Dorf Dongsucker and the fucking stupid dinosaur guy. Grow up. What is that fucking little midget cocksucker's name? I can't think of it. Yeah, I've lost the fucking chat, guys. I don't know. Shannon asked what shirt I'm wearing. Watch the beginning of the show. And the Omega and the Bucks. I mean, AEW certainly got good talent. Like, they've got people that they could fucking do damage with. In all honesty, I mean, Adam Page, Scorpio Sky's not bad. They have fucking Christian. You know, he's older, but he hasn't played. He's hasn't wrestled since 2014. Like, he's got a lot of fucking tread left, I think. You know, he's gained some of that back. He could definitely do something. I like Jungle Boy. I like him a lot. They need to fucking teach him how to cut a promo. But he's fine. He's good in the ring. He's physically very charismatic. Adam Page should be fucking the superstar soon, like within a fucking year or two. Moxley can be good if you tell him what not to do. When you let him just be, look, I'm going to go through barbed wire. Remember death matches? Ah! He sucks, but, you know. He was one of my fucking favorite guys when he was in the WWE. Like, probably like top 2. Gypsy says, are WWE trying to lose viewers? It feels like self-sabotage, especially someone as big as Bray. It's not on him whatsoever, by the way. Those contracts are heinous. Well, it's not on him anyway if they cut him. Ben Grimm says, I did Wyatt wrong at Mania, showed a new Fiend outfit before Mania, only to go back to the old costume at Mania, then have him get screwed by Bliss. Guess she's doing the Fiend-like gimmick now. Yeah, they basically Mickey James did tweet on Twitter. He's like, hey, you know that great gimmick you came up with and put your fucking heart and soul into for a year plus? Well, we're going to cut you and give it to somebody else. And they kind of have. You know, and that's not the shit talk Alexa Bliss because she's done as well as she could do with it, but it's not hers. It's kind of lame, you know. But Dan says Bray should be considered a permanent fixture on merchandise alone. He always had, even when he was just like the cult leader, Wyatt family fucking patriarch, he was fantastic, and he always had the best merch. It is, other than like retro shit that they've put out, like old like Wolfpack NWO shirt, an old AAA shirt, and I have a Just Bring It shirt from The Rock too. Other than old shit like that, the only like modern piece of merch that I've bought since 2011, I'm not going to tell you what one that was, that I bought was a Bray Wyatt shirt. Gypsy, this is fucked up. I think you're wrong for this. He says the Fiend reminded him of the Boogeyman, which is why he loved it. Bray Wyatt was so much better than the fucking Boogeyman. It's not It's just, buddy. Where are we? Sorry, fellas. Okay, here we go. Dan says the first big mistake with Bray was having Cena beat him at Mania years ago. They neutered the Fiend's momentum when Goldberg beat him. They always fucking do that, man. And like that's the thing is people say Vince can't make a star anymore. I don't believe that's true. I believe he doesn't want to make a star. He's been quoted, I believe, that he thinks that WWE is the attraction. It's not any one particular. It's just the company and the guys that we've got. And that's fucking one. It's arrogant. It's just an extreme fucking showing of hubris. And it's going to bite him unless they sell the company, which I think that's kind of what they're leaning towards. Like they're cutting. Like Bray Wyatt had to have a fucking huge contract, just like Strowman did. And that's probably why both of them went fucking bye-bye. Dan says they need to move away from the Hollywood writing system. I could not agree more with that. This I don't agree with. They said, how about letting Orton go? No, he's a bona fide legend. And he's probably their fucking best in-ring guy as far as I'm concerned. Like, he's a prototype of a wrestler. Does he need to go away for 6 months or so? Maybe longer? Yeah. Does he maybe need to start transitioning to be a part-time guy? For sure. He's been on TV almost nonstop since 2002. So I could see him needing to go away or change his character up a little bit. Or move down the card. Him and fucking Matt Riddle being a tag team? Other than me hating the name of the fucking team, I think that's a good match. It's kind of an odd couple thing. But if you kind of slowly show them digging each other, for lack of a better term, kind of getting into each other's character, becoming a team, you've got something fucking pretty big there. They can fucking hold the titles. They can bring up new tag teams, whatever the fuck. There's so many fucking ways you can go doing something like that. Dan says Vince views Orton as being on a different level from these recent releases. Yeah, he is, but he's on a fucking different level. It'd be like if Cena had a legit contract still and said, all right, well, that's too expensive. You got to go, John. It's not going to happen. I mean, he's part of that fucking big class of 2000 OVW training group. Lesnar, Batista, Cena, Orton, even Shelton Benjamin to a lesser extent. Although it's only lesser because they fucked him up too. But no, Shannon, they didn't let go of Orton. Let go of Orton. Oh, Braun Trash, what's crapping? Again, Sean, no. Dan says Orton has been stale for years. Honestly, a tag spot with Riddle isn't the worst way to use him. I agree. Oh, Braun Trash had a few IPAs. Dan says it is true that some people have been chanting CM Punk the last 6 years want him back. However, they want him back in WWE. Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't know. Like, will I watch AEW live when they're in Chicago? Probably not. But I'll certainly get my fucking hands on it. I mean, it all depends, I guess, where I'm at, what I'm doing that night. But yeah. Ben Grimm says he saw AJ Lee's book at the Dollar Tree. I hate AJ Lee. Fuck, dude. I didn't mind her until they tried to make her like the focal point of the show because she, like, in one town got a big pop. She's like, oh, we can make her GM, and then she could have a thing with fucking, what was it, Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Kane. Stupid. And the skipping. And fuck, I'm crazy, see? Ugh. Yep, that's how crazy people look, you dumb broad. Oh, Marco Stunt, that's that fucking asshole's name. I hate him. Dan says AEW needs a round of cuts right now. Very true. Very true. Joey Janela, Sonny Kiss, Jack Evans, Serpentico, wherever the fuck his name is, or Angelico. That's it. It's Hinge. I don't. Who gives a fuck? Oh, that fucking like bright green and black tag team. They need to fucking beat it. In my opinion, the Bucks need to go because they're trash. Omega, I'd cut them, but I know they won't. I know they won't the Bucks either. But there's a lot of dead weight on that fucking roster, and I saw someone, I think it was Dan, talking about the conspiracy that the WWE's cutting these guys to try to sabotage AEW by making them overspend, which doesn't make any sense because they're only going to sign the guys they want, and they're only going to give them what they want to give them. And on top of the fact that Shad Khan, Tony's father, is worth fucking probably $10-20 billion. He's only got 2 kids, so basically that whole empire is going to be split between the two. Tony Khan's got fucking more money than Vince has ever seen. So that's just not going to happen, you know. So that doesn't make that's foolish. It's a stupid theory, but if somehow it's true, it's a fucking bad move. I'm positive they're cutting fucking salary to sell the company. Christian! I'm not singing again because Lauren will fucking clip it out. Son of a bitch. Brian Trash, why did it do this again? Brian Trash says, yeah, Jungle Boy. Dan says Jungle Boy was a UEW original. I think Todd is working on a Blu-ray set for his early matches. That's kind of cool. Shannon says Bliss looks hot doing it, though, doing the Fiend gimmick. I agree. She ain't wrong. Gypsy says, sorry, Sauce. Boogeyman Stan. Bad. Dan said Bray Wyatt could have been a massive box office by now if they didn't screw him over and over. I agree. He should have beat Cena at Mania. There's no fucking reason for him to have lost that match. And even the fucking next year, he should have beat Taker. Like, I get, Taker lost to Lesnar at Mania 30, but okay, he lost the first time, so fucking just give Bray Wyatt the victory too. You know, then there's a story that, he was undefeated for so many years, and then he's fucking, now he's losing. He's lost 2 straight. There's a story in that for, the old fucking, the last gunfighter, so to speak. It's his last fucking, he's going to prove he can still do it. It's fucking simple. Wrestling is easy. And they can't fucking do it anymore. Dan says it is true there's more competition now, including social media. It didn't exist in the Attitude Era, so you can't totally compare now to them. Having said that, there is zero excuse not making stars. Yeah, new stars, he says. Oh, Lauren, poor Lauren. He says, in sports, always when I get here. Well, I see you when you come in, and I switch gears. Even if that's not what I was talking about, I just start talking. I know you love sports. One day I'll get into NASCAR for you, and we can have a ball rapping back and forth. Dan asks Lauren if he's excited for CM Punk's return. Visited by Voices One, of course, that is Lauren. He says, as the Exploited pointed out, Punk is dead. It is. Punk Rock is dead. Punk Rock is dead. Yep, that's the song. Dan says he hit Dollar Tree today and got a big movie haul. I still haven't fucking been in the Dollar Tree near me. Ben says Omega's EVP of AEW. Him, Cody, and the Bucks are all executive vice presidents. Why? I have no fucking clue. It's stupid. Trash says if there isn't barbed wire, it isn't wrestling. Incorrect. And I hope the next fucking IPA you have is skunky for that comment. Shout out Tim Hortons and Lance Storm. Dan says AEW needs to stop doing PG death matches. Well, to be fair, it's probably more like a TV 14 death match. But either way, it's fucking stupid. And having that fucking cocksucking douchebag, toothless faggot Nick Gage on the show. Ain't a good look. Shot says Lauren is a member of the corporation ministry. I think he used corporate ministry. I could see that. He could fit right in there. Put him in one of those little fucking dress shirts with no tie like Shane McMahon. Ben says Wyatt lost every Mania match pretty much. Yeah, every real match he lost, I think. From 30 on, I can't think of a time he won. Because 32 we didn't have a match, and The Rock beat Eric Rowan in 2 seconds somehow, which they had to count to 3. So how did they figure that out? But once he Googles that, he's gonna kick your ass, Sean. Shit. So anyway, I think that's fucking mostly it as far as that goes. And see, that's Wyatt's relationship with McMahon was reportedly strained. Apparently, the relationship ran very hot and cold at times, which is surprising because Wyatt would seemingly provide a more slack and leeway from a creative perspective than almost anyone else in the company, which isn't something McMahon takes lightly. That type of treatment is normally reserved only for the top stars like Reigns, Cena, and Orton. But PWI Insider reports McMahon gave WWE President Nick Khan carte blanche to do pretty much anything financially, So that probably did contribute to that as well because Nick Khan ain't in the wrestling fucking industry. He's in the money-making industry. Dan is trying to defend the bank-addicted drug robber. He says, man, Gage is a one-off is fine. No, it's not. But they need to realize that guy is legit hardened criminal and will embarrass them at some point. He embarrassed him the second he showed up. He can't wrestle in that fucking, look, it's a pizza cutter. Ooh, now it's a broken fucking light tube. Wow, stab. Cool, go fuck yourself. Why don't you jab it in your fucking throat, stupid? Rob another fucking bank and get your fucking nice close-up on the camera again, you fucking moron. Fucking meth head. Go fuck yourself. What does everybody want? What does everybody need? Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men. Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men. Shout out Ross Twiddell from Cultaholic.com. Oh shit, I didn't see this. WWE reportedly almost released Wyatt before they did. His name was brought up during previous roster cuts. So apparently, shortly after Mania, and then again in early June. So since he showed up the night after Mania, it looks like there were no plans then. But for the early June, apparently, his name was brought up, which is crazy. Al Snow is a legend. Oh, plug OVW and the collar elbow brand. Which I got there a while back, their New Jack tribute shirt. I don't know if that's still up there, but you guys should all go grab it. Brian Trash, just tell us what you really think about Gage. I think I have. So that's it for rumors. Oh, apparently Adam Cole is working without a contract too, which is smart. So I figured, I guess he's working through SummerSlam, and then he's willing to talk about a new deal, potentially. I have a feeling he's just going to go to AEW so he can be with his wife. Dr. Britt Baker, who is a legit dentist. As that might sound. But, yeah, AEW, from what the shit that I've seen, Shots of Steak versus Gage as a rematch. Nah. I don't do death matches. I just fucking bring a gun and kill them. It's a death match. What do you want? Anyway, and that fucking, I did watch some of that abortion, the Jericho versus Nick Gage match from last Wednesday. And I love all the nerdy AEW fans that are freaking out because Domino's is like, no, that's dumb. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever fucking, put us on after this toothless retard is in the ring. Oops, there's that one too. Well, what are you going to do? I ain't no nice guy, folks. I say yucky words sometimes. Sorry. I'd be fucking hot too. I don't want my admittedly shitty pizza brand associated with this fucking loser. This actual criminal. I mean, yeah, New Jack fucking was basically a deathmatch guy. He's more of a hardcore than deathmatch, but even still. And he's killed people. Those were justified, by the way. Boom, Brad Trash says he's got a bloody dollar that was stapled to his head by Sandman. It's signed by New Jack. That's fucking sweet. But New Jack could wrestle. New Jack wasn't doing that fucking ECW shit in Smoky Mountain. New Jack was trained legitimately. He knows what he's doing. But he also knows that he was making money and fucking gaining notoriety by doing the opposite. So, and also, New Jack could cut a fucking promo better than anybody. Damn near. So, I don't know. Someone might try to make the case that I'm a little bit of a hypocrite for liking New Jack and despising Nick Gage. But, nah, different. Go fuck yourself. Leave me alone. Brings up mass transit incident. Yeah, it wasn't good. That was a bit of a whoopsie, but hey, he wanted color, brother. You got it. Let me see. I don't fucking have anything else. That pizza thing should have taken up more time, I think, but it didn't. Anyway. So obviously I'll start plugging shit. Who gives a fuck? I suck. Yeah. Gage can't cut a promo. I know. Because he's a non-talent. Also, fuck old Uncle Dave Meltzer just trying to fucking say, well, that Jericho Gage match needs to be at least 4 stars because the crowd was really into it. Oh, okay. But he only gave The Rock and Hogan at Mania 18 2 stars? That fucking dude has lost his mind. Like, I don't think he's on the payroll, but he's just like Jericho. He's just trying to be cool, man. I like it when they wrestle fucking blow-up dolls. It's sweet. You're a fucking 50-year-old man, Dave. Grow up. Yeah, Meltzer's full of shit. He sucks. When it comes to reporting the news, he's a reliable source. And as a historian, he knows his shit. He's been there. He's seen it and heard it all. Anything he says as far as what's good and bad in pro wrestling, at least nowadays, you can't take his opinion with even a grain of salt. Like you said, nah, keep it to yourself, you fucking idiot. Like, Cornette's bad. Like, Cornette still thinks that tag teams can be fucking main event stars. They can't. Okay? This ain't fucking Tennessee in 1982. But Cornette still does understand bad wrestling. I wouldn't go to Cornette with my idea, hey, what should we do? But I'd absolutely go, Cornette, this is what I want to do. Fucking pick the fucking logic of it. I don't know. Oh, Lauren's getting pissy. He says, will the replay of this episode of Off the Grill be available simulcast in English for those of us who don't speak wrestling? No. If you don't speak it, sit there and just enjoy my beautiful voice. Got it, pal? Anyway. So I've got a drinking stream for my birthday this Friday, August 6th, 11 p.m. in the East. I will be joined by various members of the community. I don't have a list, but I assume Jay the Stingray will be there. Hopefully Jess Graham. Maybe Dan Shine. I don't know. We'll see. When it happens, we'll fucking figure it out. But I'll be giving away these 4 lovely cards from Every Plate, which is one of those fucking cook-it-yourself meal, whatever the fuck things like HelloFresh or Blue Apron. It's actually owned by HelloFresh. It's just cheaper. But each of those cards is good for $40 off your first box, which basically gets you the box for free. I think if you do the two serving 4 night a week thing, you'll get it for free. Either way, it's $40 off. As well as that, I do have digital codes to give away for the Jade and Silent Bob reboot and the Leprechaun 7 film collection. So be there, or be square, and we'll be giving this shit away. As well, down in the description below, there is a code that you can use for Every Plate if you don't win one of those cards that will get you $20 off your first box. Which is still nice. It's still something. So there's that. As well as, I don't know. I didn't do what I wanted to do, but I have a nice new shirt up on offthegrill.store. It is a Roland Kincaid shirt. For those of you that are fans of him and his turn in Nightmare on Elm Street. Trying to find the fucking thing. Maybe we can at least pop the picture of it out. There we go. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that cute? Go grab it today. Comes in some kind of red, that green, a black, and a light gray. Obviously, everyone, patreon.com/offthegrillpodcast. If you'd like to be a member sometime this week, I will be debuting a Patreon-only show where Saucy watches every episode of Roseanne. Not all at once. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do 1 or 2 episodes per shot. Probably do 2. And it'll be just a fun little watch-along / commentary or whatever the fuck. I don't know. It should be a good time. But got to thank the patrons. Big Crack Rock, Hazelnut, Devon Graham, Christian Hannah Horror, S'mores Indoors, Nick Ridza, Jay the Stingray, Jess Graham, Oric145626, Daniel Shine, Lauren Dixon, Mr. Bombastic, Retro Cack, The Daily Ghost, Slaughterport, and the newest member of the posse, Mr. Ben Yukonevich, greatest bass player in the entire world, ladies and gentlemen. Sean. August 6th is his birthday, too. With a fucking August 6th, boys. Jay says Coco for some reason. All right. But I'm about out of shit to say, so we'll catch you down the road. And remember, Iris loves you.